Hi everyone, I'm Adam Brady, Chopra educator, certified meditation, yoga, and mind-body wellness instructor. Welcome back to 15-Minute Mindfulness. This is lesson number 8, and it is on vagal breathing. So we're going to be practicing a technique that helps to strengthen the vagus nerve. So you may not be familiar with the vagus nerve, but the vagus nerve is one of the most important nerve pathways in our entire body. It is the 10th and longest, most complex of all the cranial nerves. It runs from your brain down through your face, your neck, into your chest, and then down into your abdominal cavity. So it is touching all of these very, very important areas of your physiology and activating them because it's got the densest association and concentration of parasympathetic nerve fibers. So the parasympathetic nervous system is the portion of your nervous system that sends the messages for calming down and relaxing. It's the rest and digest portion of our nervous system rather than the fight or flight. So stimulating this nerve helps to support your body's ability to relax, to calm down. And whenever you have what's called strong vagal tone, that's the strength of this particular nerve and its ability to do its job well, that allows your body to relax easier, to have a tranquilizing effect, and it also has an anti-inflammatory effect on your mind-body system. And a lot of research has shown over the past couple of decades that chronic inflammation is a real problem with pretty much all the major diseases that face our society right now. So being able to manage inflammation and to calm down and to bring ourselves out of that fight or flight mode is really, really important right now. And one of the discoveries about the vagal nerve that we have found is that through deep, slow, controlled breathing, it helps to build that vagal tone and strengthen it and make it much more powerful and effective in allowing your mind and body to calm down. And you may have even noticed a little bit of this in the previous exercise with the belly breathing, because those were nice, full, deep inhalations and exhalations. So that would have helped to support vagal tone there. But in this exercise, particularly because the pace and the rhythm of this breathing interval, it will really help to strengthen that vagal tone and support that ability to calm down and relax and just stay centered and peaceful, and thereby help to retrain your nervous system to be more leaning towards that side of coping, of staying calm, staying centered and balanced, rather than flying off the handle and going into reactive and flight or fight behavior. So what we're going to do is a specific breathing pattern and ratio of inhalation to exhalation. So I'll count it out for you so you can understand what that's like, and then we'll do it for a little while together. Let me just say this about all of the breathing exercises going forward, and it even applies to the belly breathing that we did in the previous lesson. Always listen to what your body is telling you. This is what we talked about in the previous lesson of a feedback system here that we have between our mind and our body and our breathing. It's so very, very important to tune in to that message that is being sent from your body to your mind and back and forth. Because when we start to do an exercise, that originates with our mind telling our body to do something. And then what your body starts to send back up the chain to your nervous system, to your brain, says, oh, this feels good, or it doesn't feel good. And if it doesn't feel good, don't do it. Always move toward comfort and away from discomfort, whether that's in our yoga practice, our breathing practice, our meditation practice. You always want to increase the level of comfort and decrease the level of discomfort. So that's my disclaimer and my caveat. If it doesn't feel good, don't do it. If you feel woozy or lightheaded or you feel like you're going to pass out, stop. Just do something, or slow yourself down, or just stop entirely, or come back to it another time. You know, I'm not your doctor, and you know your body better than anybody. So listen to what your body's telling you and don't overdo it. Some of these things are different ways to move and to breathe than you may have ever done before. So you want to take small baby steps until you start to feel comfortable with it. Don't just rush out of the gate and try to do like 20 minutes of vagal breathing. That might not be appropriate for your mind-body system at all. So always listen to what those signals are. That feedback loop is very important. It's providing you information that you can act on and listen and help self-regulate so that you can move more towards nurturing and healthy behavior and away from something that might harm you. So always keep that in mind and listen to what your body's telling you. So with that out of the way, let's talk about the actual technique. It's really very, very simple what we're going to be doing with this vagal breathing technique. It consists of inhaling to a count of 4, holding the inhalation to a count of 2, and then exhaling to a count of 4, and then holding that exhalation out for a count of 2. So it's 4, 2, 4, 2. And then we just continue to repeat that cycle. And as we sink into this rhythm, and you may never, your breathing has been so probably regular and just consistent all your life, you may never have broken up the intervals or held your breath for a particular time longer than an exhalation or so forth. So it might be something new. So pace yourself out, and it'll feel maybe a little bit strange in the beginning, but once you get into the habit of it, you recognize that these nice full deep inhalations and exhalations have a profound effect on calming you down and settling your mind and body. So I'll guide you through it in the beginning, and then we'll continue on our own pace. And if you're doing this on your own, if you want to, how long should my counts be? How fast should I be? Should it be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, or should it be much slower? Typically, with vagal breathing and the exercise we'll do in the next lesson, you can think of using your heartbeat, that pace, as your counting metronome, so to speak. So for most of you, if you're just sitting here watching a video, unless you've just run a marathon, your heartbeat is probably just 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. About that pace. It should be, once again, the key word here is comfortable. It should feel comfortable for your body, so just move at a pace that feels right for you. Now, we'll do this together. I'll guide you through it in the beginning, but then we'll continue for maybe about 5 minutes. Just doing what feels comfortable for your body. And then you can build up if you want to do more than that. And once again, the nice thing about all these exercises, yes, we'll practice them, and I recommend practicing them you kind of in a meditative state, because then you can isolate yourself from the rest of the world and you can just focus on your breathing. This is a very mindful practice. It's called 15-minute mindfulness because breathing exercises are a mindful activity. As you close your eyes and you tune into your body and the pace of your breathing, you're bringing your awareness into your body and you're focusing on the present moment with the breath. It's just you and the breath. That's all that's going on in this moment. So as we pay attention to that, it can be very, very mindful in that experience. However, you can do this as you're driving, as you're walking, as you're out getting some fresh air, or just sitting on your back porch for a few minutes, and you can settle yourself down this way, but just use it as a comfortable way to go in that moment. Don't try to force it, don't try to struggle, just do it at a comfortable, natural pace for your mind and for your body. Okay? So let's begin. In this case, we're just going to let our hands rest comfortably. We don't need to hold here like we did in the previous exercise. We're still going to do the belly breathing. It's still going to originate with our diaphragm pulling down, so we'll always use that kind of as the base breathing method. Eyes are closed, tongue at the tip of your mouth there, breathing in and out through your nose. Okay? So when you're ready, whether you're lying down or sitting in a nice comfortable position, you can close your eyes and just take 1 or 2 nice full deep breaths, just to set your pace, relaxing, settling in. And now let's begin with a nice deep inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, inhale, 2, 3, 4 3. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2. Inhale, 2, Just continue on your own. And now you can just let your breathing return to normal. You can stop the counting. You can just allow your breath to flow, natural, easy, effortless. And whenever it's comfortable for you, you can float your eyes back open. Just notice how your mind and your body feel. Just that simple exercise of counting the pace. It's almost meditative in quality, because as you can see, after practicing the meditations that we did in the first 7 lessons, it's the activity of returning your mind again and again to the activity of a mantra or following along with a guided practice. But with these breathing exercises, you're bringing your attention back to the breath and back to the count. And you may even notice, like I did, I kind of lost my counting there near the end, and you have to kind of just bring your attention back again and again and again. You lose your count, okay, just start over. Don't judge yourself. Don't be hard on yourself. Just guide yourself back. Remember the 4-2-4-2 rhythm, and follow that as long as you choose to. But as you can see, it's very meditative in quality, and it has a very soothing effect on your mind-body system over time. And one of the neat things that you can do whenever you practice this and all the other breathing exercises is take a little mental assessment of yourself before you start your practice, and then notice again at the end how it's changed. Or maybe you're just so stressed out for something, you just I need to do this right now, and then you breathe, and then that calms you down, and that's your before and after. But if you take a moment to check in with yourself and notice, how am I feeling right now, and then you do the practice, afterwards you're going to notice a significant shift and change in your mind-body state. That was probably like 4 minutes of that practice, and I know for myself, just doing that, it helped to settle things down and calm my awareness. And what you're doing there is building that increased vagal tone, which over time reprograms and strengthens that nerve fiber, so that as you are exposed to stressful situations or perceptions that could trigger a stressful response, then you are more prone to staying calm, breathing, centering yourself, and being more aware in the present moment. So hopefully you enjoyed this exercise. It's called vagal breathing once again, and use it whenever you have the opportunity, whether that's during external activities or just coming within using it, as I mentioned earlier, as kind of a prelude to your meditation practice. Maybe 3 or 4 minutes of some of these breathing techniques before you go into meditation really sets the stage for helping you to settle your mind into even deeper levels of stillness. So that's vagal breathing, and in our next lesson we'll continue on along with another breathing technique similar in nature. But I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Namaste.